Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Move. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And this video right here is going to be about the motherfucking little portal that we get ready to experience, these little keys that we get ready to have to walk through this motherfucking stargate. But if you don't know how to open up the door to the motherfucking heaven's gates, then motherfucking you ain't going to be able to realize nothing. And you're going to stay into the dark, and you're going to manifest your micro versions of light, and aka that just manifests as motherfucking desires and shit that you flunked out and lost in because you don't know how to esoterically travel. But for the most part, the moon is getting ready to go into Leo tomorrow, which means it's going to be opposing motherfucking Saturn. And here's the thing, it opposing Saturn and squaring Uranus going to put you into a frustrating kind of situation when your creativity or your imagination or what you're getting attention for can't manifest into material gains, can't manifest into things that deal with security or practicality or support in the material world in some way, shape, or form, which it ain't always dealing with material or money. Support could just be from anything external, people, places, and things that can make you feel comfortable when you're around these individuals, whether you have money or not, or whether you're around these places, whether you have money or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you could go to a certain area that got certain groups of spirits that put certain energies in a certain corporation that make you feel like it's so high end that you don't even feel right being broke in there. You ever heard of a motherfucking place called a goddamn casino? You see what I'm saying? Real shit. But at the same time, this is what you need to understand. When the moon going in Leo, we're going to feel more comfortable with reacting and responding to how we feel and how we see things and what we're trying to set the stage for. Whether we're giving attention or receiving it. AKA, whether we're making a stage and cleaning up the audience and utilizing the lights to make sure they're hitting the stage the right way for whoever we're giving attention towards. Or whether we're creating a motherfucking star-studded show ourselves and we're the main motherfucking actor or actress. But however you correlate your motherfucking Leo energy, when the moon is there, that's what we're going to be reacting and responding to, and it's going to look like Virgo, aka look like it makes sense, look like it's practical, or that's what we're going to try to do. So if you got a sun, moon, or ascendant in Pisces, motherfucking Gemini, or Sagittarius, it may be harder for you to make that look good. It may be harder for you to make whatever you're paying attention to look practical or make it look like it makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Especially for the Pisces and Sagittarius, because Mercury already don't fuck with y'all. And then Gemini, the way it may do it is on a daytime side instead of the feminine receiving side. So it may externally express something before knowing that's what needed to be expressed. So it didn't internalize that energy and practicalized it and made sense out of it before verbally communicating it. And that's like the expertise of goddamn Virgo, right? If you're not on a flunked out end of it. Which you could be on a flunked out end of it if you're a sun, moon, or ascendant, or especially Mercury during this particular time, tomorrow and the next 2 days. Sagittarius, Pisces, and goddammit, the other goddamn one, Gemini. You see what I'm saying? Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces. So keep this in mind, right? Now, with the moon get ready to go into goddamn Leo, right now we're experiencing some reactions and response to our family or what we have manifested as far as emotional security and things that help us feel safe or secure or things that look familiar, whether that's a person, place, or thing. And now things going to hit the fan to see if we planted good seeds or bad seeds there. And when the stage or the movie or the show play out, if you feel uncomfortable, that means that you planted bad seeds based upon what you see. If you feel comfortable, that means you planted good seeds based upon what you see and what you have manifested. And due to the fact of the moon being in motherfucking Leo is going to oppose Saturn, and Saturn is in Aquarius. So how we see reality and gain structure in our lives right now, we feel like it's best to go towards our associations, conducting ourselves in a public arena, utilizing forms of technology or fixated fixated air energy, being fixated on your own way of thinking and communicating and being able to associate yourself amongst others while still maintaining your own uniqueness in some way, shape, or form. And hopefully it don't get to a flunked out scenario where it just leads into a whole bunch of change, rebellion, and opposition amongst you and individuals that you actually care about. But for the most part, here's the thing. When we start to talk about the moon opposing Saturn, right now we're going to feel highly uncomfortable with how we see reality, because you might feel more about what the stage you're trying to set, and you might feel uncomfortable trying to align yourself with your associations because you might see it as a 180-degree angle or something that takes you away from your own creative stage in some magnitude. And here's where you may fall short. So you have to learn how to create a balance, not a motherfucker extreme seesaw match when we got opposing planets at the moment. So keep that in mind also. So to create that give and receive energy before it become a tug of war match, you have to place yourself into a situation where you're able to set aside your emotions and feelings to make yourself a part of your associations. And that's the reality or the realistic measure to take due to the fact of Saturn being there, and then vice versa. You're going to have to learn how to set aside your associations and how you conduct yourself amongst the others and utilize the technology for the sake of your own creative matters. But as long as you know how to separate these things so they don't combine on a seesaw match, and know how to bring these things together so one thing has something to offer to the other and the other has something to offer to the other thing, then your creative attributes that you feel like you're trying to set the stage for will have a place amongst your associations, and your associations won't feel like that smother and everything, and they will oblige with it in some way, shape, or form, because it'll be a platform for your own self and other unique individuals to share in some magnitude. So you have to stay on that little balanced polar shift. And also when it's squaring Uranus being in Taurus, here's going to be the thing. We're going to have to learn more how to express our uniqueness and originality without it being so much based upon our visions or our goals or how we see ourselves. We're going to have to learn in some type of way to gain stability and express that due to the fact on some earth-like qualities and things of that nature. And Leo don't really like to do that. Leo likes to gain stability based upon his creative attributes, how it expresses itself, and if the attention they get from expressing itself, if they can materialize that in some way, shape, or form, then the Leo don't even care about the negative or positive attention that it's getting, as long as it's receiving that magnitude. But you're gonna have to learn how to do it this particular time when the moon going there for all of us, not just Leo signs, but all of us. We're gonna have to learn how to react and respond to our creative attributes, or what we're trying to set the stage on, but learn, and it might be a little frustrating circumstances we go through via people, places, and things, but be spiritually strong and don't get washed up under the current. But we're going to have to learn how to set that aside for the sake of what makes sense right now as far as our stability, how we get from point A to point B, because all of that is going through changes. Uranus and Taurus. So we're going through a unique and an individual change or rebellious energy or resistant energy when it comes to our security. How we gain stability in our lives, how we get from point A to point B. If it ain't broke, don't fix it energy. So right now, it might not be broke, so don't fix it, but it look broke, or it look like it's cracking, or it look like we got to prepare, or it look like it's transitioning, or it look like it's changing, and we have to do something about it, aka Uranus being in Taurus, where it's making the earth energy look like it's not stabilized, and you're forced to have to do something in an individual or unique way to get that stabilized. So it's putting us in an uncomfortable circumstance, and when the moon is in Leo, we're going to be forced to react or respond to our creativity or what we want to set the stage for, and that may not look like it makes sense as far as money, material, security, stability, or safety. So for the most part, we're going to have to learn how to express our ways of feeling and what we're trying to set the stage on in a way that's practical, in a way that makes sense, quote unquote Uranus being in Taurus. And our actions of going about that is going to have to look like we worried about it a little bit, so we don't want it to look too reckless or look too far out there like it's an explosive show. We're going to make this an articulate, calculated show that look like it makes sense, aka whatever you're trying to creatively express or pay attention to, make sure you're taking the right steps and working on the right things that needs to be worked on before actually expressing it, and it's thinking that just because you're in that light or that energy, the world is going to revolve around whatever you're paying attention to. And that's going to be the energy of motherfucking the moon being in Leo tomorrow, and what we're going to be experiencing as far as the next 2 days, within the next 2 days, 2.5 days. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart.